There are rivalries, and then there are legends. For years, the world of track and field has been shaped by two extraordinary women, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone and Femke Bol, two athletes from opposite ends of the world, bound by destiny and the 400 meters. One, the American prodigy, a world record breaker who redefined what perfection looks like over the hurdles. The other, the Dutch powerhouse, a relentless warrior who turned heartbreak into history with every comeback. Every time they've shared the track, it's been more than a race. It's been a clash of brilliance, power, and pride. And tonight, in the women's 4x400m relay final, under heavy rain in Tokyo, the world braced itself for yet another chapter in this breathtaking rivalry. But no one, absolutely no one, could have foreseen the twist waiting at the end.
The women's 4x400m relay from Tokyo, Japan is underway. The United States is in 5. Netherlands will have to race without knowing where everybody else is for this first lap, as Evelien Solberg has the baton for them.
And Oakley for Jamaica has run a good first half of the race, catching Eriksson of Norway. But Bella Whitaker hanging tough for the United States in lane 5.
Women are in a stagger, so they have to reach their teammate here, and then we'll get a gauge of who has the lead. Jamaica looks like they're right there with the United States. The U.S. is going to get it first, then Jamaica, then the Netherlands, then Belgium.
So Lena Irby-Jackson is going to be entrusted to sprint around this first 100, close the door on the inside, and let anybody who wants to pass her pass on the outside. She's done a good job of that. Jamaica has Stacey Ann Williams giving chase, and now here comes the Netherlands.
Whitaker had a first leg for the United States of 50.2. That is Klaver of the Netherlands trying to reel in the Jamaicans, but right now the U.S. has a nice advantage as they'll come to the halfway point with Irby-Jackson making her way to the exchange zone to find Aaliyah Butler.
We figured this would be more of a race. The U.S. women are having none of it in this rain in Tokyo.
It is the U.S., Jamaica, the Netherlands, and Belgium, 48-7 for Irby-Jackson.
And that's why the United States has the lead it does right now. So Jamaica in second now with Andronette Knight. She's a 400-meter hurdler, but they're not really making that much of an impression on the U.S.'s Aaliyah Butler.
Half lap to run for Butler. Has the comfort of knowing that she's handing off to the American record holder and the second fastest of all time at 400 meters, but wants to give her as big a cushion as possible over the Jamaicans and Netherlands that has Femke Bol on the anchor, as Butler to McLaughlin-Levrone.
Well, get the watches out, because the only thing left to decide is how fast is the new American record holder going to cover one lap of this track. This race is effectively over.
Butler running 49.9 on her third leg. Nikisha Price with the baton for Jamaica. And Femke Bol probably now thinking about silver, because they're not catching Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone as she'll come off the final turn. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone wins a world title individually and gives Team USA the win in 3:16.62 championship record.
For all her brilliance, Femke Bol couldn't stop destiny. On this night, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone wasn't just the best, she was untouchable. Yet in that loss lay something deeper. Bol, soaked in rain and exhaustion, smiled as she crossed the line. Because rivalries like this, they're not built on hatred but on respect. Sydney had her redemption. Femke had her reminder that every defeat fuels the next masterpiece. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone and Femke Bol, two queens are rewriting what's possible for women in track and field. One runs with elegance, the other with fire. Together, they've turned every meet into must-watch history. But if tonight was Sydney's night, what happens next time they meet? Because if we've learned anything from this rivalry, the story's never over. Subscribe for more cinematic race breakdowns, epic rivalries, and world record stories from the heart of track and field. This is where greatness lives.